Good morning from Europe, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are. Piotr here is Liteforex Global YouTube channel, 2nd of February 2021, Tuesday morning in Europe. We had the RBA rate decision earlier today. If you do remember, I prepared the pre-RBA update when it comes to the Australian dollar, so right now just briefly. No change, and one of the important things is that the Reserve Bank of Australia said that the cash rate is not expected to rise until 2024. So overall, that's the price action post Australian central bank rate decision. Nothing extraordinary. As you can see, that's what we discussed. We are fighting around the weekly open. To the upside, we broke to the downside this zone, right? Then Thursday it was retest, and Friday continuation. Yesterday upper shadow, and I'm very curious what's going to happen today, right? So the supply is in between 76.60, okay, and the yearly open 77. When it comes to the demand, right around the weekly open. And then again, I would expect them to line up the buyers around 75.25, 70 for 80 based on the price action we've seen over there. This upper consolidation broken to the downside. If we are going to double that one, right? So at least the levels close to 75.25, 75.30 could be tested in that case. One more I like from the long side perspective. We also discussed that yesterday. It's a euro Australian dollar. I would like to see either deeper pullback, right? I would like to see maybe half of that down towards 50, 680, 50, 660, or I want to see move above the weekly open, okay? And then eventually retest and continue to the upside, where towards 61.70, 62. That's how I see the things related to the Australian dollar post RBA. Anyway, European morning, we do have today few announcements during the morning London session. Italian preliminary GDP, preliminary flash GDP for the whole euro. So that's gonna be interested from the euro perspective. And what is going on the euro dollar? Well, trying to hold 2060, 2050. That's something we discussed already quite a few times. I think plenty of stops below, so if we are going to hit that levels, we might immediately see move down to 120, 119.60, right? This type of the consolidation, in case of the break to the downside, half of that maybe we have this break and level towards 21.20 as a possible supply. I would be very careful trying to chase it right on the breakdown, right? Because the distance is not gonna be that big. Would like to see some kind of the rally. We have this type of the movement lately, as you can see, some to the upside, some to the downside. So that's how I see the things from the intraday perspective, especially that eventually move towards earlier mentioned 21.20. That could retest the range. That could retest the range, top range, and the weekly open we've seen yesterday, right? So, well, yeah, we will see if we are going to see this type of the rally. Looking to sell buyers, as I mentioned quite a few times, 120, 119.60 when it comes to the euro dollar. Dollar yen finally hit the target 105 based on what we discussed quite a few times. Pullback rally, so 1-to-1, 105 as a supply. There is an extension of the emergency state in the Japan. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see the price action here. Depends on the overall market sentiment, because even lately with towards the end of the previous week, we've seen the weakness on the market, but the yen was weak as well. So that was quite different than what we usually see when there is a risk of sentiment. Anyway, for now, based on where we are, I don't wanna chase anything here, right? After the break of the last week, 104.10 as a possible demand, right? And of course we have this supply around 105.70. Only move above 105.70, okay, will open 106, all right, and above 106 another level towards 108.40. To the downside, break below 104 will reopen 103. Again, that's how I see the things related to the dollar yen. So let's switch to the intraday chart. All right, a little bit of the failure yesterday above the Friday high, retest today, and some kind of the weakness. Well, to the downside, this 104.80 been working yesterday and today at the beginning of the Tokyo session, so I would be careful trying to chase the shorts, because probably what market wanna do for now at least is retest of that consolidation, so levels close to the weekly open. If that's the consolidation, if we are going to double that, that would be ideally giving us 104.70. If we are going to break through 104.70 to the downside, then that might be a little bit of the change, and this 104 could be in play when it comes to the dollar yen. Another one, cable, still around 47. The bulls are trying to push prices higher, but for the last 4 days, or even more, the upper shadows above 37, and some supply visible here. Very nice rejection yesterday, so the daily candle looks like the bearish one. We are retesting the broken trend line to the downside. Right, so it's going to be worth to watch current levels because it's also related to the weekly open. So let's have a look what we have from the intraday perspective. Here is not that easy. I think that patience will pay. So sellers around 37.50, buyers around 36.20. This type of the range on the cable. For now we are in the middle. Okay, we are testing weekly open, but that's the middle of the range, and I would wait a little bit more to see if we can go higher. If you are very aggressive on the pound, so then eventually this type of the measure, I don't like it within the range, but this type of the measure 1-to-1, right? So somewhere around 37.15 for me. 37.50 around, 36.20 around as a buying opportunity. And finally, USDCAD. Sellers are still very active around 28.50, 29, and that's not surprise based on price action we already seen on the Canadian dollar, right? The thing here is related also to the oil market. The oil is rising today, so be careful if you are a USDCAD bull. For now, I like bottom around 26.50 down towards 26 as a possible demand, and top of that range, so levels above 28.50 towards 29 as a possible supply, and here looks like rangy as well. So overall, for now, nothing has crystallized yet. I'm always saying patience will pay, and I truly believe that sometimes we need to be patient and wait a little bit more for some nice setups. Guys, don't be trapped. Wish you great trading day. See you around. Take care and goodbye.